Mary had a little man.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
I'm here today to announce the appointment of Robert Hur as a special counsel pursuant to Department of Justice regulations governing such matters. In keeping with those regulations, I have today notified the designated members of each House of Congress of the appointment. I'm joined today by John Lausch, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, who conducted the initial investigation into the matter that I will describe today. On the evening of November 4th, 2022, the National Archives Office of Inspector General contacted a prosecutor at the Department of Justice. It informed him that the White House had notified the archives that documents bearing classification markings were identified at the office of the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement, located in Washington, D.C. That office was not authorized for storage of classified documents. The prosecutor was also advised that those documents had been secured in an archives facility. On November 9th, the FBI commenced an assessment consistent with standard protocols to understand whether classified information had been mishandled in violation of federal law. On November 14th, pursuant to Section 600.2b of the Special Counsel Regulations, I assigned U.S. Attorney Lausch to conduct an initial investigation to inform my decision whether to appoint a special counsel.
Yay! You get a special counsel, and you get a special counsel, and you get a prosecutor, and you get a prosecutor, and everybody gets a prosecutor. Yay! Wow. Wow. You know? So Merrick Garland jumped on this one like a dog with a, beef-flavored tennis ball. That was really fast. Wasn't that fast, everybody? Aren't you, excited that Merrick Garland has learned to put a fire under his bunda? Wow, that was just so fast. Yeah. So you know what you're going to find out. Let me just tell you right now. So what you're going to find out is the way Biden actually. First of all, I think we're going to find out that everybody leaves with some information, some documents that they probably shouldn't take home. I think we're going to find that out. And the other thing we're going to find out is what the textbook response should be when you discover that you have things that you should not have. Versus what the textbook thing not to do looks like when you have things that you should not have stolen, which Donald Trump did. But yeah, so this is good. This is really good. It's very smart. And I'll tell you right now that if Joe Biden is asked by this new special counsel, whose name is Hur, H-U-R, not H-E-R. She's a fabulously gifted, talented singer, songwriter, Hur. No, this is H-U-R, Mr. Hur. Mr. Hur used to be the U.S. Attorney in Maryland. He was appointed by Donald Trump. Mr. Lausch there, who appeared with Merrick Garland this morning, he also was a Trump appointee. The reason why he can't be the special counsel is because he said he's leaving. He's going to the private sector, and he doesn't want to be the special counsel. He has money to make, and so he would like to go. So they handed it off to a guy who is already in the private sector, who was a Donald Trump appointee for U.S. Attorney in Maryland, who now works as a partner in a Jagunda law firm. And they've, reeled him back in and said, would you be the special prosecutor to look into the Biden? And he said, yes, I will do it. And so that's how we got there today. Now, I will tell you that the stuff that they found, I have no idea what it is. You don't know what it is. We'll probably never know what it is, just like we'll never know what Donald Trump stole and, literally brought down to Magaloco. And then when he was subpoenaed for documents, because the archives knew that those documents belonged to the National Archives, he turned over 38 of those documents. Donald Trump did. And the archive said, wait a minute, we're missing hundreds of documents. What's with the 38? Well, that's all I have. That was a lie. And then he began to obstruct justice, right? And he said, to his lawyers, I need for you to lie for me. I need you to swear under penalty of perjury that you did your due diligence, that you searched everywhere and you found nothing more. And they did it. And that's the difference between what happened there at the Magaloco place and what's happening now with the Biden. First of all, Biden apparently has had documents in his house in, Maryland, and he had one document in the garage where he keeps his Corvette. I don't know. Since 2013 or 2016, something like that. I mean, it's almost 10 years. And the archives never thought that whatever he had was important enough to ask for it back. I don't know. But we do need to figure out why it is that people can leave with things that have, big cover sheets on them that say classified, or big cover sheets on them that say top secret, or big cover sheets on them that say no foreign eyes, or big cover sheets on them that say secret compartmentalized intelligence, which is what Trump took. And we need to find out why that happens at all, ever, anywhere. But, of course, as we've discussed previously, you need intent to charge a criminal activity took place. Biden did not intend, I'm sure, because, listen, those of us who've been in politics for a really, really long time, stinking long time, like unbelievably long time, we know Joe Biden. Like, we've actually interacted with Joe Biden. We've had, dealings with Joe Biden. We've met Joe Biden. We've been in rooms with Joe Biden. And I'm telling you right now, Joe Biden is... he may not be, your favorite speaker. He may not be, like an orator of, monumental proportions. But I will tell you this. He doesn't strike me as being a lying sack of crap, or somebody who hates the United States, or somebody who would plot to, do something bad to us, where Trump does. And so that's kind of why, Biden will get the benefit of the doubt from people like me versus Donald Trump, who will not, and also obstructed justice. So he has a special counsel, Donald Trump does. His name is Jack Smith. Jack Smith has two things on his platter with regard to the Donald. He has the January 6th insurrection. He's got a fraudulent slate of electors in many states that were sought after. He's got phone calls from, Georgia, literally Trump on tape asking the Secretary of State of Georgia to find him 11,780, just one more than Joe Biden got ballots, right? He's got that. And now he also has on his platter the issue of the documents that were squirreled away and lied about once it became clear that the archives wanted hundreds of documents back. Donald Trump decided to lie about their existence and lie about where they were and lie through his lawyers under penalty of perjury in response to a subpoena. That did not happen here. In fact, like I was thinking today, just, as I was, preparing the show, and they just announced this, during the prep time, that, Merrick Garland came out and said, I'm jumping all over this. I'm so on this. I got this. I'm appointing, a special counsel, like right freaking now. Because, there were documents that are, 10 years old or maybe 7 years old in Joe Biden's garage. And we need to get to the bottom of. So I'm appointing a special counsel is what I'm doing, and I'm on it. I'm doing it. I was like looking at that, and I was thinking to myself, why doesn't Mr. Herr just get on the horn, dial up a Joe Biden, and say, can I get on your calendar? I know you're the president of the United States and you're very busy, but I would like to get on your calendar, and I'd like to ask you a question about how those documents got there. And I believe with my whole heart that Joe Biden will say, okay, name the time and place and I'll be there. I'll show up. And that there should be the end of it. I mean, I don't know, but if I were Joe Biden and there were 10-year-old documents in my garage where I keep my Corvette, if I had a Corvette, I would say, hey, put me on your calendar. Let's go through this. Let's figure out what the hell happened and how they got there, and let's fix it so it never happens again. Let's do that. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.